Audio testing. We good? Can we hear the music? We can hear the seagulls. Hey guys, it's Jack. Welcome back and welcome to ARTPRIL Day 5. So for those of you who are just stumbling onto my channel for the review, I'm going to tell you a bit about what ARTPRIL is. For the 5 Fridays of the month of April, I've been posting art-related videos, and I thought it would be fun to do like a little event on my channel where I just continuously post videos for the month of April. And this is where this video comes into play. This is the 5th video in ARTPRIL, and if you guys want to see all the other 4 ARTPRIL videos, they're in the description card at the top of the screen, or they're in my ARTPRIL playlist. But without further ado, you guys have saw the thumbnail and realized that I have Copic markers now. Oh, the glare. I'm so excited to use these. I got them for my birthday, which was like 2 days ago. If you guys don't know what Copics are, they are a very professional alcohol marker brand. These are roughly $10 per marker, so altogether this was about 120 bucks. The 2 tips that they have are a brush tip and a chisel tip. I've heard so many great things about these markers. They're like vibrant. The brush tip is amazing apparently. So way back when, I bought a 60 set of Ohuhu markers. So the Ohuhus I completely loved, but there was something I left out about them in the review that I had no idea. So everything about the Ohuhus was great, but I was starting to realize that the markers were drying out rather quickly, I'd say, maybe in the 6 months that I had them. And the thing about these, they do not have refillable ink cartridges, which honestly I think would bring my ranking for it from an 8.6 to an 8. But with the Copics, the one thing about them that I'm so excited to work on, they have refillable ink cartridges. Yeah, you need to get individual ink cartridges per marker. I don't know how expensive it is, but you can have these for years and years and they'll never dry out as long as you have the ink cartridges for them. So what's gonna happen in this video, I'm gonna play around with the Copics, I'm gonna do swatches, see how they blend and layer and my overall feel of them. And I'm going to test out the Ohuhus and see if they can beat the Copics. Because from my video where I tested the Ohuhus, I think that you can really compare these guys to Copics, which that could be another YouTube video idea. We've got some competition ready, guys, let's go! So I'm gonna start off and get the overall feel of the Copics. So I have red, yellow, 3 sets of greens, 3 sets of blues, 3 sets of browns, and a black. And just looking at one individually, so it has the, oh my gosh, but this is the chisel tip. You can see it looks rather nice, kind of like the Ohuhu one. The brush nib. The Ohuhus have a bullet nib and a chisel tip. This one has a brush instead of the bullet nib. Okay, so it's got the number on it as well as what the name of the color is. So my favorite color is red. That's the color we will be playing around with. Alright. Wasn't expecting anything revolutionary. One that feels nice to use. Yeah, you can go in very thin for some details. This is kind of like how the layering works with the Copics. So I think that's as dark as I can get the red. It works really well. Again, you can get finer detail when you move around the tip. So right now I'm actually making my own swatch sheet and I'm looking forward to using this. The outcome looks so great and it was just fun to put all the stuff together to make. before I get anything in this video started, I noticed one of the colors was called cadmium yellow that I had, and if I remember anything from my grandma telling me stuff or my chemistry teacher telling me stuff, cadmium is a pretty toxic element. So I found one quote from a website which says, "The ink is non-toxic and uses quality dyes, resulting in the creation of vibrant and intense colors." Well, I don't really know the effects of inhaling too many Copic markers, but I don't think it would be a very good thing. So I just recommend if you're going to use them, open up your window, have a well-ventilated area, and whatever you do, just don't go up to them and smell them. I'm gonna try and do some blending and layering. I'm gonna take these two and see how well they blend together. Start by layering the first color. I hope this isn't the kind of paper where the marker soaks into it. Wow. Okay, so for starters, that blends incredibly. Let's try with this one. Let's use this light blue once again. I've also heard that the lighter markers can pick up the color, and yeah, you can kind of see that right here. It isn't giving it a good enough transition. You may, when buying these, need to get a transition color if you want to do a drastic color change. Now on to the second thing I want to talk about is layering. So these two colors, I have a red and I have a yellow, but I do not have an orange. So I'll layer down the red and then layer down the yellow, and I'll see if we can make an orange from that. It's giving the same effect as the Ohuhus would normally do. It would essentially pick up the color, but it is making a new color from it, which is orange, which I mean is really good. I think that will be good, yeah. So it's kind of doing the same thing that the yellow did with the red, more just picking it up than blending with it and layering, which essentially is what an alcohol marker does. Now another thing I wanted to bring up is, can I use these two colors and this brown be a shade of the red? So I'll put down the red, let's make it into a square or something. See if we can do some shading to that. Okay, so it's distinctive shading. See if we can blend it together or make it a shade of red, because I did not pick up any shades except for black, which I don't think that's the best option to use for alcohol markers, because when you layer things together, they get darker, so I could easily make a black out of something. So, will the Copics be undefeated, or do the Ohuhus have a shot? So I have a bunch of Ohuhus that roughly match the Copics, so I'm just gonna give a couple swatches of them and see how they work kind of side by side. So here I am doing the ultimate Copic or Ohuhu test. So the Copic markers are very expensive and professional, but the Ohuhus are the underdogs. They're a cheap brand and they work incredibly well. For this, I would say the blending of normal colors would have to go to Copics. And then with the drastic color blending, I would say Ohuhu's win because that gradient is incredible. And then the winner for layering would go to Copics. Hi there. Wow, I'm white. You're on my windowsill right now. There's so much natural lighting, I kind of like it. These markers are incredible. I would totally recommend them if you want to experiment and be a little more professional with your art style and if you want to do more art in the future. But on the other hand, if you do want to do something where it's not being professional but just like you're a very beginner at artwork and trying something new with alcohol markers, maybe you could go for Ohuhus, where it would be much cheaper to get the alcohol markers. You would get the same effect but just a little downgraded in the quality. But other than that, I would totally recommend the Copic markers for someone who just wants to do something more professionally, like me. Alright, that concludes my review and also the ARTPRIL series. If you guys want to see the other videos, they will be linked. They already have been linked, but they'll be in the description down below. And I will see you guys later. Bye!